I need to know. Inquiring minds need to know, and I figure you two girls are the perfect people to edify me on this. What is going on? Why is every conservative talking about Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively? I don't get this. What is?
Oh, he's frozen. Well, to my
Well,
knowledge,
Astrocast doesn't think he should talk about this.
yeah, it's like, hold on, let a woman speak on this.
I'm gonna let a woman speak on it. Tell me, teach me.
So to my knowledge, and I saw like a couple weeks ago, I think it's odd that the right wing media is getting jumping into this a bit late, because I had already seen this on TikTok weeks ago. So basically, to my understanding, Blake Lively and this Justin Baldoni director guy, I don't know, Blake Lively is accusing him of being inappropriate with her, and the more that I dug down the rabbit hole on TikTok, the more that it looked to me like it was Ryan Reynolds who had a jealousy issue between them. But was Blake Lively actually being flirty? Did she actually?
It looked like it. There was a text message where she said that she was yummy. That's not once a girl. If a girl says that to me, I'm thinking you're being flirtatious.
So that's what it looked like, was that she is actually into Justin Baldoni, who's kind of like an it guy in Hollywood right now for a lot of women, because he's a very masculine guy, right? And that's attractive.
But he's also a feminist.
I know, it's very, it's kind of a dichotomy, not used to seeing that. And I think that's one reason. He's one of those rare, he's still masculine, but he's got a feminist ideology. But anyway, so she definitely appeared to be very flirty with him, very into him. And apparently that's how she even got with Ryan Reynolds in the first place, was being a home wrecker. And so Ryan Reynolds has always been allegedly really paranoid about her in projects he's on. He even brought himself onto the set. And so, yeah, there's definitely some jealousy issues here, and a fear that she's going to try to leave him for another man.
See, I think this is ultimately all about ego for both of them. I think that this is, it's such a weird case, because when the movie came out end of last year, like fall, spring, whatever, initially it was Blake Lively getting all the bad press, that she wasn't sensitive to the domestic violence angle of the film, which is based on a book, that she didn't read the book, that she launched her hair care brand in the middle of it, whatever. Then in December, she rolls out this, it's initially a complaint, but it's now been escalated to a full lawsuit against Baldoni, saying he violated her rights on set. It was like sexual harassment and some other things. And then we got into this like back and forth of who did what. And like on Saturday, he published the website with all of their text exchange, because some of that had been leaked. She had accused him of working with a PR agency to like specifically smear her. He says he didn't. Like, some of it is they deserve each other, right? Like they're both divas.
Well, didn't they make fun of him in the Deadpool movie?
Yeah, he was like nice pool, and it's a male feminist, because Justin Baldoni is like a very open male feminist. He ran a podcast, and like, I'm trying to separate myself from my own bias, but as soon as a guy's like, I'm a male feminist, I'm like,
it's hard to feel bad.
That's definitely
or
gross.
like one of the text exchanges I saw when I was researching this today was he at one point, like obviously Blake and Justin are going to work together, so there's some communication. I'm so excited, whatever. She had made some allegations that he had been like making her uncomfortable about her weight, and then he had released these texts where he is like being supportive, I guess, and she's saying,
well, because he has a back problem, and he's like,
right,
I need to know how much you weigh.
Somewhat recently given birth, and so she was a little bit concerned about filming intimacy scenes, whatever. But the one that stood out to me was at one point he gets Ryan Reynolds' numbers, and it's like for a while all three of them were having like a positive whatever, and then stuff seems to go wrong, and then there's a day that she goes to set, and like they have some sort of like 17-point agreement that the men aren't allowed to come into her trailer or whatever, and then things go smoothly. All parties acknowledge that after this agreement was reached, things got better, except then at the premiere everyone was mad at each other. But he has this exchange with Ryan Reynolds where he's like, hi, like, it's me, Justin, the man who brought all of his emotional baggage to the meeting with your wife. And I just want to reach out and be friends. And my wife and I keep a really small circle. And like all of the exchanges are weird to me. It seems, or at one point, I guess Justin Baldoni texts,
well, they're like texts that are sent knowing that someone else is going to see them. That's how a lot of those read to me.
It's just weird. Like, and again, like maybe these people are just in a weird bubble. Like they really wanted to have the shooting schedule. I've heard this about Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds before. They don't like to be apart. They like to keep their family together. And so they schedule movies. Like they don't both go off and record at the same time. And there was something about pushing back the date of the start of filming so that everybody could be together, whatever. And Ryan Reynolds makes this joke about like, if you could make this happen or get your coordinator to make that happen, I'd like tattoo their face on my perineum or whatever. Like,
weird.
It's just like weird. But then people are like, he has this weird sense of humor.
Yeah.
I think the weirdest thing about all of this is just like, all of it is about ego, and it sounds like everybody did something wrong, but so much of it is about like, yes, there is a lawsuit, and yes, they'll go to court in March of 2026. So we've got many more months of this.
Yeah, please, God, let this not be what conservative space is talking about for the next year.
Well, Candace Owens tweeted that it's like, this is worse than the Amber Heard trial, and that like they really bullied him or whatever. And there's a certain level of like, actually, it seems like everybody did something wrong, and they're all being kind of dramatic. Like, I don't know that I believe that there was like anything going on, but like, they all seem weird and too familiar with each other. There's some allegations.
By the way, for everyone in chat who says this is dumb drama, we don't care, pull up Brett or Candace's video on it. They both have millions of views. Somebody's watching these videos. I don't know.
They are. And TikTok. They were very viral on TikTok.
Yes, I think they still are. I mean, Melonie can probably attest this more on TikTok, but I know at least on like Instagram Reels, like mainstream celebrity people who follow celebrity drama are following this, and that is why I think conservative media is talking about it, because they're trying to have one foot in the camp of having non-political viewerships, right? Like you don't want to be so isolated in your content.
What do you make of this though? This clip might upset Ryan. So they have like this spicy scene or whatever. Yeah.
And she had complained that like he had been making her feel uncomfortable when they were filming this scene.
Oh, she mentioned that he mentioned her spray tan or something, or that she smelled good. And she is actually the one who brought it up, brought up her spray tan. And that's why he said it smells good. She brought it up, like she talked about it. And so that kind of absolved him at least of that.
But then there are other allegations. Like, it's interesting because he got the rights to this movie and whatever else. And it seems like his team is saying, well, she wanted to be the director. And so she basically led this campaign against him to be able to make all of the decisions. And I guess Ryan Reynolds wrote one of the scenes for the movie.
He wanted to rewrite one of the scenes. I think it was one of the more romantic scenes, which apparently he has a history of wanting to do that for Blake Lively's movies, because there is seemingly a jealousy issue, possibly, because I mean, he got her through immoral means, and so he's so scared he's going to lose her through those same means, which, I mean, that's typically how it works.
And Scarlett Johansson, who was his wife when they filmed Green Lantern, like that's where Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds met, and then he got divorced, and hypothetically, sometime after they ultimately started dating each other. But Scarlett Johansson is about to be a director for a movie that Justin Baldoni's production company is behind. And so there's like all of these weird layers, but ultimately it just seems like it's about ego and arrogance on both sides.
I don't even know who either one of these two people are. Like, are they even are they popular?
Well, Blake Lively is a pretty popular actress. I didn't know who Justin Baldoni was until like a few months
I don't watch
ago.
rom-coms. This is more
I
like...
don't really either, but I've known
like he's kind of behind the scenes in Hollywood. Like, he starred in this movie, but it seems like he's mostly a production director guy.
Okay.
Whereas she
he picked it because he wanted to home wreck. These two are probably, there's probably something going on between.
I don't know.
These two.
I'll say whenever he's in the role, and then as soon as he goes cut, it's just like he's able to immediately turn it off. She's still giddy. He's just like, all right. And then he even brings up his wife, and you'll find even in like the voice note that he sent her trying to clear up something that she was offended about, he brings up his wife. It looks like he regularly brings up his wife in conversation to kind of be a bit of a buffer of like, oh, by the way, I'm not coming on to you. Like, I'm a married man. Let me remind you, I'm a married man.
So I think he's like being weird. I think that text where he's like, I brought all my emotional baggage to the meeting with your wife. Like, what are you talking about? Or he's like refers to himself as like a new friend of Blake's rather than like the director on the film she's working with when texting with her trainer.
Right.
I just think there's something super weird about him. It seems like he is a beta male. I mean, he might look super alpha. He's got the beard and whatever else, but I think obviously has some kind of boundary issue. And I don't know that she handled everything correctly. There are rumors that she's a diva and, you know, she and Anna Kendrick filmed a movie together and don't like each other because of it. But it seems like it's not one-sided, and the press war, it's constantly shifting back and forth. Like when her allegations about sexual harassment came out, Colin Hoover, the author of the book, released a statement that she's now deleted, being like, I support Blake 100%. And it just makes you wonder, like, maybe they're both bad. Maybe they both think bad things.
Maybe. Like, my impression has been I'm more on the Justin Baldoni's side on this, but I haven't seen so much of the other stuff. But just based off what
Go ahead. I was going to say, one of the things that came, like I noticed today, so she said that he tried to show her pornography or something, or what she felt was pornography on set, or his colleague did. And I guess there was a childbirth scene in the movie. And when they were filming it, not Justin Baldoni, but his partner in the film was like, hey, look at this video. And Blake was like, it was like a naked woman with her legs spread apart. And it turned out it was, they're saying, oh no, first off, that's not what it was. But also it was a picture of, or it was a video of this guy's wife's home birth. And he was like trying to show it to her to, like, I guess, give an example of what he was like going for.
I wonder if his wife is okay with that.
Well, that's what apparently Blake asked him, like, do you have permission to show me this? And they're saying, like, the pro-Justin side is saying, oh no, it wasn't, nothing was graphic, and it was actually just them like holding the baby like whatever. But I would also, like, if I were Blake Lively, like, don't show me your wife's home video. Like, like, it seems like everybody was weird and has weird boundaries in this movie.